are Nicki and Carlo, and our family live in Positano, Italy, nearly 500 steps from the road, but surrounded by fruit and olive trees and with a fabulous view. Our garden overlooks the sea and we grow our own food. We show you what life is really like on the Amalfi Coast. So please subscribe and welcome to the Positano Diaries.
Hello everywhere. Siamo a Preano e stiamo andando a una festa.
It is a friend's birthday and we are going to a very little party, but we have a very special guest at the party. C'è qualcuno che canta, tu lo sai. I have heard that Lucy Keeley is going to be singing. If you've been watching my videos for a couple of years, you will know her music. So I've never seen her sing live before, so I'm quite excited.
Andiamo a vedere.
Summertime in paradise, but now I see the sun don't shine on you no more. La praia da hell. La praia da Now that summer's come to fade and only the blues remain, I paid my life vision of gray most every day. I could leave it all behind. Some other paradise and start my life again. Down on the Marina de Praia. La Praia da non c'è niente di più bello. Di Preano, Positano, la costiera amalfitana e te. Mentre ci innamoriamo ogni sera. I hang my head and I just walk on by. Divina costiera, divina costiera.
Oops. Which one's the Doom?
The wide one.
I turned the other one. Is that a problem?
No, it's fine.
Oh, they're not falling where they're supposed to.
arrivato il momento di raccogliere le prune. Le ho sistemate in ordine di maturazione. Queste sono quelle più verdi, sotto sono quelle appena gialle e queste qua di sopra sono prontissime per mangiare.
I'm going to make jam and I'm going to talk you through the process. The thing is, I make cheats jam. Basically, I use this stuff here. This seems like an advert now. It's not an advert. I use this stuff called Fruttapec. It's also called Gelfix, and it basically makes the process of making the jammy very, very fast. One sachet of this goes with a kilo of fruit and half a kilo of sugar. I normally put a bit less sugar in. And at the moment, you'll have to excuse us, we've got no electricity in the house. They've turned all the electricity off in Montepatuso today. I think because they're putting up lights or they're rigging something up or something's going on, but there's no lights. I'm waiting to sterilise my jars. Jam jars should always be sterilised before you put the jam in them, and you can do that blast them for 2 minutes in the microwave. Of course I can't use the microwave, so I'm hoping it's going to come back on at some point, and then I'll do that. But the most time-consuming part of the job is chopping up the fruit. Now these are our yellow plums that Carlo picked the other day. I'm going to start chopping them, get the stone out them, and just put them in this bowl until I've got 2 or 3 kilos worth. I am aware that I could sterilise the jars in the oven, but the oven's electric, so I can't do that either. And yes, I could probably do it with boiling water, but I'm just hoping that the electricity will come back on at some point. I also have put a plaster on my finger so that I don't chop it. The plaster is stopping me from cutting through my finger because my knife is very, very sharp. Okay, so a couple of hours later, that's 3 kilos of plums all chopped up. The electricity is back on, so I have sterilised all these. Just going to pop the lids in the oven for a few minutes to sterilise them. Here in Italy you can buy lids separately from jars, so we always have a big bag full of brand new lids to use, which is quite handy. Now comes the easy part. I'm going to add to my big pan. This used to be my soap making pan. 3 kilos of plums. And then this is 2 in 1, so I need 3 bags of magic Gelfix, Fruttapec. We had a big discussion last year about this on my comment section, about whether you can get it in whatever country you're in, and it seems that it is available in some countries under different names, and unfortunately it's not available, it doesn't seem to be available in England, so maybe I should start exporting it or importing it. And I'm going to need 1.5 kilos of sugar, but I might put a bit less. Kilo. And then you just have to stir it and put it on the gas, obviously. You've got to bring it to a rolling boil. That means it's boiling and the bubbles are like rolling over and over and over, not just tiny little pops. They've got to be like a rolling boil. When it's at that point, you leave it for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then that's it. You turn off the heat, you ladle it into your jars, and you're done. Also, some people like lumpy jam and some people like smooth jam. I prefer mine smooth, so I will at some point take this off the gas quickly and I will give it a whiz with a stick blender. It is getting higher and higher, but it's starting to boil now. So I'll just keep it under control. Might have to put the camera down for a minute. Ah! So so that's been cooking for about 4 minutes now, and you can do a test by putting a few drops on something cold in the fridge, leave it a minute and see if it's turned into jam. If it's turned into jam, it's ready. Now I'm going to put it into the jars with a ladle, and these, I'd like to thank the wonderful Brenda Gibbons who sent me these last year, and they have made my life so much easier because they stop all the jam dripping out of the jars. And Carla gets to put the lids on them because he can do it tighter. And there we go. 3 kilos of plum jam done. I'm out on a little boat. We're not going on an excursion. We're going to do something rather different. They are, now how do you say it in English? Putting some new buoys in the sea so that the boats can anchor in a new place. And I'm going off with Pepe and the boys to see how they do it.
Allora, abbiamo fatto un piano di ormeggi usando un sistema di boe ecocompatibili, cioè delle perforazioni sul fondale. È un sistema brevettato della Marina Militare Americana che prevede il minimo impatto sull'ambiente marino, quindi un piccolo foro sul fondale di 4-5 cm dove viene inserito un manta ray, è un sistema americano per ormeggiare le barche. L'ormeggio è sospeso con dei galleggianti e quindi la catena non tocca sul fondale e non distrugge il fondale marino, e sopra c'è l'ormeggio per la barca. Fermati. Voglio vedere un galleggiante. Vedi questo vale.
Sì.
Questo è il galleggiante che mantiene la catena alzata dal fondale, quindi rende la catena non danneggiante per il fondale marino. Un portello, sì.
I have absolutely no idea who's about to do what, if Sarah's about to jump in the sea, what Sandra's doing with this boat here. I've got no idea.
Basta. Dopo quando andiamo a terra, vi faccio vedere proprio il sistema che è stato perforato sul fondale. Quelli sono i nuovi sistemi che tutti quanti
Devono cambiare.
I massi, il cemento.
These cement blocks are not good for the sea and the sea life. The cement damages the sea life, and the fact that they're based on the sea floor disturbs the marine life and its surroundings. So slowly they are phasing out the cement blocks, and they've come up with this new system which Pepper will show us when we get back on land. And all of the buoys will slowly be replaced by this new system.
Ok? Abbiamo messo in questo modo le perforazioni, i mantarei. Su questi mantarei c'è catena, c'è cima e poi c'è quel cimone grande che tu hai visto, quello che stava là, che è un'altezza di 2 metri dal fondale. Ok? Questo cimone ci sono i palloni e da qua poi partono le cime per attaccare la barca.
Così non c'è niente a terra?
A terra c'è solo questo, c'è un buchino di 8 cm di diametro. Un buco.
Però l'investimento non è indifferente.
Non è sabbia laggiù?
C'è un buco nella sabbia. O di quello che ti ce l'abbiamo fatto con dei demolitori.
A couple of days later, the dried apricots have worked. Sky ate the whole of the first lot, and I've done quite a few more subsequently. It takes about 24 hours to dry them, but here we go. I have a whole jar full here almost, and I'm just collecting up the last few ones. There we go. They are not orange because they don't have any sulfur dioxide in them. The ones that you buy in the shops are orange because they are treated with sulfur dioxide. These are completely natural. And there's more to come because, as you can see, there's many more apricots in the tree. Anyhow, Luca and I have work to do. Luca is going to reteach me how to plat onions because I can't remember. And by the way, we have covered all of the onion and potato area with plastic sheeting just so that when the wind kicks up in the afternoon, it doesn't blow all the wind into the pool because it does get very windy here often in the afternoons. And now that's all loose earth and we do not want that in here. Fammi vedere come inizi.
È semplice, guarda. Guarda, gira. È bravo, vedi?
Gira sempre sullo stesso?
No, sì, sempre su una cipolla, guarda qua, guarda, gira. Ecco, vedi? Devi fare solo un giro su una cipolla, non devi fare altro. Guarda, gira e riporta sopra e poi mantieni...
Chi è Francesca?
No, Francesco. No, Francesco le dice sopra, i ragazzi. Vedi, gira qua, gira una cipolla e metti i gammettini.
Ok. Still not convinced I'm doing it right.
Più o meno.
No,
però li fai troppo... no, guarda, Nicki.
Non capisco.
No, non è che devi... Allora, stai a sentire, guarda, ora ti faccio vedere. Prendi una cipolla, no? Vedi questa cipolla? Metti la cipolla qua vicino.
Sì.
Però vicino, quasi vicino, guarda, gira. Vedi?
Ok.
E stanno attaccate. Poi tu mano a mano sali.
Ok.
Parti dal basso e sali verso l'alto. Però cerca di tenere sempre la mano stretta.
Right, we've got Luca here and we're going to ask him the questions that you're all dying to know. Luca, are you our gardener? Tu sei il giardiniere.
Sì, sono il giardiniere della famiglia.
He is also Carlo's big brother and he owns half the property. That's why he's here. Tutti vogliono sapere cosa usi per fertilizzante. L'abbiamo già fatto, però vogliono sempre sapere.
Sì, il miglior fertilizzante per il giardino è la cacca. Cacca di animale. Io chiamo Chanel number 5.
Number 6. Is this your job? Ah, ecco, is this your job?
Sì, no, io non lo faccio per lavoro, lo faccio per passione. Perché riesco a rilassarmi in giardino.
Do you have a job?
Certo che c'ho un job. Of course. Beh, è differente però, eh?
Very different. One day we're going to try and get some footage of Luca at work. You won't recognise him. That's all I'm going to say. Here are some of the onions that I platted with Luca earlier. I also did some baby plats as well, baby onions. And here is some of the jam that I've made in the last couple of days. I think we've got 3 kilos of yellow plum jam and 4 kilos of apricot, 4 or 5.
È arrivato il momento di raccogliere il resto delle albicocche.
Così.
Sono mature, guarda. Bella grande.
So we can take away this horrible, ugly netting.
Tutto a posto, ti volevo dire che fra poco scendiamo, vi veniamo a trovare, non mangiamo lì, la prima cosa, vi portiamo qualcosa dal giardino, scenderà Nicki e Sky, scendono a bere, io scengo con motorino che poi la roba andiamo a mangiare a Fornillo.
We're going to collect up some fruit and vegetables and take them down to Carlo's parents, who we haven't seen for a while, and then we thought we'd go and have lunch at the beach because we are now in mid-July and we still have not had a proper beach day.
Vediamo se riusciamo a raccoglierlo da sopra, se no devo mettere la scala.
There is another one that didn't hang. It's growing right there.
Questo è cresciuto così, a L. l'altro sta qua. Sta funzionando bene il terrazzino. Eccola qua, questa è perfetta. Ok, adesso andiamo a raccogliere un po' di pomodori.
I cetrioli o ce l'hanno già?
Cetrioli anche, ma guarda, sono pronte anche.
Oh, there's loads. I've just found an absolutely huge cucumber, so we're going to pick that. If it's no good, we will give it to the chickens because they love a cucumber.
Sì, gli piacciono da morire.
Don't know if all cucumbers are spiky. There are ones that are. Yes, that's rather
Vedi,
large.
riesci a inquadrare queste piccole spine? Fanno male?
Yeah, but they knock off very easily. Hold it still. Ready?
Sì.
They just come off. There's a lot of cucumbers ready. The problem is they're all ready at the same time. So at first you've got nothing and then suddenly you've got 500. We'll give the yellow ones to the chickens. We'll take some down to Carlo's family. By the way, this big blue tank here is filled with Luca's favourite fertiliser. It is filled with manure and water. And it smells absolutely awful. Now let's get some tomatoes. Big ones aren't quite ready yet. There's one there, one little one. But they are still pretty much green and very, very large. These yellow tomatoes are absolutely lovely. They're gorgeous. And unfortunately there's only 2 or 3 plants of them, not many at all. But I'm going to pick the ones that are ready. And then we have these ones here, which are not black tomatoes, but they're dark tomatoes, and they're dark inside as well. Very nice. Let's pick some of them. And then we have the canning tomatoes. Lots and lots of them starting to ripen now. Let's give this to the chickens. Look. Oh. They love the seeds. And these cucumbers are very seedy. You sort of have to scoop the seeds out. A bit too many in there. Don't know if I've said this already, but our table outside becomes a complete dumping ground for all the food from the garden. It's quite nice though. We've got 18 eggs. We haven't had eggs for a couple of days, so that's far too many. So I'm going to get rid of a whole load by taking them down. Luckily, also where Carlo's parents are, there is one of his brothers with his wife and 2 kids, and there's another brother, so I think they can handle 12 eggs.
Io andrò su a prendere il motorino per poi scendere giù, quindi queste le dovete portare voi, farò in modo che siete comodi a portarle giù, va bene?
Okay, don't make them too heavy. Oh! Okay, let's go down. We are leaving Holly at home today because it's in the mid-30s at the moment and it's just too hot for her, especially down on the beach. It's just not a place for dogs, so she'll be very miserable, but she's got the cats for company and hopefully Luca or somebody will turn up later to give us some fuss. Okay, we've managed to bring all them down, that wasn't too bad. Now we'll show them what we've got.
Questa è mamma, questo è zio Peppino.
Zianna era bellissimo quando era ragazzo.
Questo è il nonno.
No, forse non aveva mai visto.
E lui era molto
È la
alto.
più bella cosa.
Lei è più alta.
Ma lei era svedese.
Trucco, non c'era, non avevamo niente di niente.
Inizia dal nonno e la nonna.
Vediamo se vedi il nonno e la nonna dove sta.
No.
No.
Qui sono io. Era brutto però quando era brutto.
No, ma che brutta, ma non più che altro stai facendo la faccia.
Sì. Adesso voi andate a piedi, perché l'avete deciso voi. Io vengo col motorino, anziché di fare l'usuale strada e scendere per i mulini, quindi la strada principale, scenderò direttamente a Fornillo.
Okay, See you there.
E ci vediamo là.
Ciao.
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 Bye.
I think that I'm going to hiding somewhere by a gated star. Baby, they ain't never gonna find me. I'm a renegade. I could be the one who saved you from this hard place. We could be as one and we'll escape. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. I can feel it, it burns inside me. We could run away, we don't gotta stay. I can feel it, it burns inside me. Take away the pain, we can go insane. Trust me, I won't let you down.
Siamo quasi arrivati.
I won't let you down. Yeah, I won't let you down.
Non tutte le case dei positanesi sono tutte maiolgate così, ovviamente qui affittano anche, quindi niente, vi faccio vedere dove passo, magari vi piace, magari no. Comunque siamo arrivati, ecco qua la spiaggia, è tranquillo, non vedo troppa gente, proprio quello che voglio.
What have you just suggested?
Burrata with pomodori.
The weird thing about our table is it comes with its own personal shower.
Bello che?
E vai! Che spettacolo, guarda!
Oh, erano
I
spettacoli.
piatti di rinciare già portano un po' di pane e un po' di olio.
Should we do the wobble
Ecco
test
qua.
on the burrata?
Olio!
Oh yes, that is wobbly. Wow, I wish I'd got that. Stuffed calamari, yum.
Siamo a Fornillo e dal lato della torre, la torre eccola là. Adesso andiamo a fare il bagno, vi porto a fare il bagno lì. L'acqua è bella calda, fuori è caldo, è meraviglioso. Abbiamo trovato questo posto molto romantico, esclusivo.
It is lovely and quiet and shady and there's not many people around. And you can just...
Sì, siamo nel mare, ci sono i pesci, non che ci sono gli uccelli qua. Better now?
Just met some friends from Delaware. Came out and Sky and Carla have swum over to the little dock at the beautiful old tower over there.
Facciamo una notata. Andiamo di là.